Hey, how you doing? This is Trigger here. You're watching Front Mission 3. This is episode number 5. And what I'm going to be talking about a little bit today is the fact that you can actually, well, right at this point, I can actually customize a little bit of the Wanzers now that I have different body parts right now. The only thing I can buy at the moment, at this point in the stage of the game, is items. So that's all I can buy. But if you find different parts, you can actually change some parts around and sort of help yourself out, trying to get different things working for you. Now there's a few different parts that typically are going to be very good throughout the game, and there's some parts that are going to be rare to find. Like there's this battle later on where I believe you find these Wanzers. They're called Quibblings, or Quibbling. But it's from an imaginary number. It's a type of soldier that runs this machine. But there's only 4 of them that you can actually find, and these are just super rare. And sometimes I go into this battle and I try to at least get 2 of those things. Sometimes I get, if it's rare, if I get 3 of them, I could possibly get 2. 1 is really good to get, but there's sometimes these rare Wanzer parts that you can find that you can get. Like here, I believe Kyoki, I believe that's the name of one of the Wanzers that I actually got in here. And I think the only other way to get this machine is to play the second alternate way to play this game. At the very beginning, you're given a choice to go with Ryogo or to not go with Ryogo. If you choose to not go with Ryogo, you're playing storyline number 2. And so what I did was I chose storyline number 1. So this is the basic storyline. So at the end, I'm going to collect one of these police Wanzers, and it's, I think, one of the rare ones to get that I don't think I can get until very later on, or I just can't get at all. But it's, as far as the parts for it go, the arms are not good because it has a skill called hit or miss, and it's horrible because most of the time, that skill activates. It'll do hit or miss, and if you use a shotgun, either all your shotgun shells will hit or they'll all miss. So it's kind of a bad thing if they all miss, because you just wasted a whole turn. You didn't get any damage on the enemy at all. But I did collect some Wanzers. I did get the Kazal Wanzer, and I have the Jinyu Wanzer. And so some of these Wanzer parts are actually very good. The Kazal Wanzer parts, the arms are very good for melee, because as far as it goes, it has a better hit point to weight ratio than the Zanelev, or Zanezlev. It's hard for me to say. I don't know why. It's hard for me to say that word, but I've always said Zanelev for some reason, so if I say that, you just have to excuse me. Just what I've been so used to saying. But I've put the Kazal arms on the extra arm of Ryogo because it beefs up his other arm so he can take more damage, survive a little bit longer. If they try to attack that arm, it has more meat to it they have to cut through. I believe I've given it to my main character, and I've named him Frank, after myself. So I've given it to my main character. He's got a beefier arm. I believe what it does do is gives you stun punch. That's one of the skills it can activate, is stun punch. It's a great skill to have. It's one of the best skills in the game, and it's such a small battle skill. It's only a 1-pointer, but if you do stun punch and you stun the enemy, they're stunned. I mean, for 1 turn or for the rest of the time, it's just kind of random, but it's a really, really good skill to have. So as far as when you get to this point, if you actually get to capture some Kazal Wanzers, you'll want to put those arms, and you want to try to alternate the weapons so you can get both of those arms and put them on, your Wanzers that are going to need it. Like, the main character and Ryogo. Ryogo having a secondary arm that he could punch with if he chooses to. So that's what I did with the Kazal arms. It's working out better. What I did for Emma was I switched her legs from her, I believe she has Drake legs right now, but I switched that to the Zanezlev legs. I've switched that to that because she doesn't have anything else to equip. that is going to deteriorate her weight to power ratio. So I can give her beefier legs, giving her more hit points, and she can move farther with these legs too. Later on, once I'm equipping her with grenades or guns or shields or whatever, what have you, then I'm going to put back on the weak grenade launcher legs that don't weigh much, but that can give you more, hit point to weight ratio. So that's what I'm going to do with her later on. But temporarily, right now, she has the main character's Wanzer's legs on her, so that she can move further and she's got more hit points. So that's what I've been doing with her. That's a good strategy. That's what you can try to do too. Typically, another one I want to talk about also is what Ryoga starts off with is the Koyojun, and you later on find some of these Jinyo Wanzer parts, and they seem like they're almost identical. They're just kind of a different flesh to them, and there are some differences overall. They're almost very, very similar, but there are some basic differences that I can see, one thing may have over another. Now, as far as going into the Koyojun, from what Ryoga has, the body is better because it has a better damage defense upgrade over time. So as far as once later on you're going to be able to put on these damage deflectors that will reduce the damage of impact, fire, and impact, fire, and pierce. Those are the three different damage things you can deflect later on when you upgrade your damage defenses on your Wanzer. So the Koyojun has a better upgrade for that, has a better percentage overall. So let's say you put on, you want to change your damage deflecting to fire. The Koyojun will do a better job of that than the Jinyo will over time. Once you get it. Initially, no, it's pretty much the same, but later on it will. It also has better hit points. I think it has about 300 more hit points in the end than the Jinyo does. So it has more hit points and it has better damage, deflection than the Jinyo does. But on the opposite end, the Jinyo's legs have a special skill. I believe the hit points and the evasion are the same, but the Jinyo's legs, the skill that you get from that is fast attack. Now, the Koyojun has brace 1, which is good, and I know a lot of people might think that's good, but you brace first for the attack, you take the attack first, and then you counterattack, but when you brace, you take less damage. Now, that's great, if you're up against someone with I don't know, maybe a shotgun or a machine gun, but if it's a missile, it will brace it, but you'll still take the, you can't evade that. So it's not quite as good as fast attack, because when you pull out fast attack skill, for your your battle skill, you pull that out, you're going to do your attack first and disappear, and that's it. And the enemy can't attack you. So that battle skill, I believe, trumps brace in the end. And it is kind of a rare one to get, but when you get it, it can save you from a complete attack overall. So I think that one is probably better in that aspect. So I would say the Jinyo legs would be something you want to take over the Koyojun legs, and the Koyojun body is what you want to take over the Jinyo body. So that's my advice for you right now. That's what I've gone through. As far as this battle went, it was a little bit confusing, because I remember a long time ago playing this battle, and the cop Wanzers just ran away. They just went all the way to the end and they ran away. And then, I get to this battle and they're running away, and then one just stays there at the end. I'm like, what is he doing? Usually they just run away, and then I'm able to kill the helicopter. So it was kind of a strange battle. But I think I did okay. I think I probably could have done better. Maybe I should have, focused more on the helicopters. But anyways, so did the best I could. Thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully you got the information. Maybe if you play the game, you could actually, be able to use some of the information to your benefit. So, yeah. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.